I go out the way to do so much to avoid this, and I somehow still come back here.
She doesn't
like,
prioritize
to this
peace,
argument.
bro.
So I make sure I dot my I's, cross my T's. Okay, I know I just had fun, and what's it called? Let me make sure I do this, and this,
it's
this,
still
and this
not
for her,
good enough.
so I won't have to deal with this. Like, I want to make sure I'll take her there. She want this, I want that. She want to go to the cruise, want that. I want to do this. I want to come, I do that.
Welcome to the mindset of the modern woman today, bro. That's what you got. Nothing's ever good enough.
But it's no communication in this relationship, none. So when these are our arguments, these heated moments, it's this. We can never talk calm or anything.
You're not gonna just sit up there and yell that out
After
in
all
front
he
of people
does
and make
for
it
you.
seem like I be out kicking it. I don't go to the clubs. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. I don't even go out. She know this.
Listen, y'all know how much I love to break down podcast conversations, and we have one of those very podcast conversations here today. Title of today's video, Man Gets Brutally Honest After His Woman Disrespects Him. Now, the podcast in question comes from young brother by the name of Hitman Holla. I believe that's his stage name. Now, I remember this young man from the URL battle rap days, and as well as he did a stint on Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out. Not sure if he's still there. No disrespect if he still is. But nevertheless, he's having a conversation with his fiance, and it just turns into one of those moments that is apropos for dissection, okay? We will break down why so many young modern women today are quick to choose divorce and self-sabotage their relationships, weaponizing things that don't even make sense. It's crazy to watch how much feminism blurs the lines and has a stranglehold on their mindsets, but it makes for great conversation, and especially when we consider how homes can stay more stable. So let's get into it. Let's get active. Without further ado. Now we're going to start out here with a little bit of a rant because the young lady is a little bit annoyed, okay? But take note to her annoyance and what she's talking about because it's going to change directions very quickly. Let's listen.
Timeline talking. I appreciate the good feedback from y'all.
And appreciate the negative feedback as well.
What's negative?
Because we know y'all watching.
It just be the women, the guys, we be chilling. It's the women with all the negativity.
The men be trolling.
No, they not arguing. Who win an argument, the men or the women?
Not the men.
All right, whatever.
The men some goofies.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Man, we got another dope episode, man. We just finna kick it, man. You know, this the real relationship talk. This ain't none of that fake stuff. We ain't faking for the cameras. We ain't faking problems. We ain't acting like we all in love. We not. You know, she mean in real life.
Speaking of problems.
What happened?
She mean in
We
real
have a
life.
little tension today.
What happened?
Let's go.
So.
What happened?
What happened?
Okay, so I'm going to blame production because they never confirmed that we were filming today.
I told her they did, but keep going. I'm going to let you talk.
I didn't hear anything. So, 4 o'clock this morning, I woke up and I asked him if he can drop 7 off to Mama Mel. And he didn't say anything, so I set my alarm to 8:15. I woke up. I said, can you drop 7 off or are you going to the gym? He said, okay. So then I said, but if I'm done in time, because I have to go to the nail shop and stuff, if I'm done in time, by the time you go to the barbershop and I'm back, I will take him. Cool. So I get to the nail shop at 9 o'clock on a diet. I leave the nail shop at 10:42.
Okay.
10:50. I was 50.
Whatever. I call him. I'm all excited. Him and 7 woke. He's just blah, whatever. So I'm telling him, hey, I'm still at the nail shop. I have to be at Jazz's house 10:30, but I'm still here. Blase, blase. It looked like I'm not going to make it to drop 7 off.
Okay.
I leave the nail shop, 10:50. Call, no. Jazz texted me and said 11:30. I said, okay. I text him, said, Jazz said 11:30. Cool. So I leave the nail shop and I'm telling him this great experience that I'm having because I'm finally having some self-care for the moment. And
Self-care?
he is just shooting down the energy bad.
Self-care?
So instead of saying, okay, go on about your day, I got 7, he say, oh, are you coming home? If I have to be at Jazz house at 11:30 and it's 10:50, so that means I'm 15 minutes away from home to get 7 ready, to drop 7 off, to go drop 7 off, then go to Jazz house, which is 25 minutes away. Make it make sense.
You just asked a question.
Cool.
Though.
So he was like, don't worry about it. I got it. I texted him. I said, make sure you take his milk, his wipes, and his water. He texts me and say, I thought all of that was packed. My thing is, I didn't pack the milk because I knew when he woke up, he was going to need a bottle. I knew when he woke up, he was going to need his diaper change. Instead of just saying, go ahead, I got it. It has to be all this other stuff. So I'm like, I'm on the way. What you say? Why? It's 11:11. Why would you do that? I said, I will wash my hair at home. I will do whatever I need to do. I get home, get 7 dressed in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I said, well, kiss your dad. He said, where are you going? I said, I'm dropping 7 off. Why would you drop 7 off? I would drop 7 off. And it's just like, I was so overstimulated because what he doesn't understand is all of this could have been avoided. You could have just been like, okay, go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. I got it. He didn't have his haircut appointment until what, 1:30?
Okay.
I suck at story
Tell your
time,
story. Don't ask
by
no
the way.
question.
I suck at story time.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Mine can be way better. Keep going though.
Yeah, it's not good at all.
1:30. So I get up 8 o'clock, be at the nail shop by 9. You have so much time to get him ready out the house and take him 10 minutes away.
Okay.
And I just felt like you've been in Miami, having the time of your life. I've just been at home, me and 7, all this type of stuff. And this wasn't even a break that I was getting because I had to go get ready for work. So it's like I was overstimulating. Then he asked me, like, what's wrong? And
Overstimulated.
we actually communicated, but it was a little heated. And I honestly just broke down.
Oh
because
my God.
men, they don't be understanding. Like, you can go out and you can have all the fun in the world, and then the moment where it's like, okay, let me just have some me time and make sure I'm feeling good, looking good, and it circles around it. So, yeah.
Okay. Couple of quick things I'm going to comment off of. Notice how she references what he's been doing, while traveling or in Miami or what have you. So this is things that she has been harboring that maybe she didn't communicate at the time. But irrespective or irregardless, it came up in this conversation when she's thinking about or cross-referencing what he's doing with his morning and the child versus what she's doing in the morning with the child. Also notice how she says the word overstimulated. These are typically women that have maybe like a neurodivergent diagnosis and they're getting therapy for it. And they've been trained on words such as overstimulation to describe them feeling overwhelmed. And with that degree of overwhelm, just listening to the way that she articulates the story, she doesn't really have a clutter-free mind, right? The way that she ties in different points and positions, it doesn't really make sense. It's not clear. You almost have to replay it again to understand what she's saying. And with this overstimulation, you also have a young lady she's not very good communicator. She might think that she's a good communicator. With her and her homegirls, maybe she's a good communicator. But the story that she just told, it kind of didn't make sense. You know what I mean? And typically, women that have much more of a incongruent way of understanding how things happen, right? Much more of an emotionally baked way. They often will throw things in there such as, yo, past weekend trip down to Miami. Meanwhile, that's the real reason how they mad. Like, not necessarily that there was a miscommunication in the morning, but she's harboring something that maybe she doesn't even understand that she's harboring. So then logically, from a man's position, he's listening to her complain about something that is insignificant as much as, right, milk and napkins, whatever it is that she told him to pack. And a man sitting over there saying like, well, it's not that big of a deal. We can figure this out. Meanwhile, she's been harboring these feelings from this trip. Okay. Now let's listen to the young man's side.
That was long. And did I make a valid point?
Barely.
Done.
Did I make a valid point? Or I was just talking?
I like how he lets her just go.
I don't think y'all get my
You know
point.
what I mean?
Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
First of all, she mad because they ain't say we film on March 25th. I said, yes. What's that, 25th, right? I said, yes, they did. I said, it was always March 25th, baby. They tried to change it to the 18th, but we was in St. Louis, so we kept it to 25th. Oh, they never confirmed. I said, we did confirm. It's in the text.
It's not in a text with me. But go on.
I don't know who the text is, but we confirmed the 25th. Right, Jay? Yeah. So it's always been confirmed, 25th. She mad at me because she ain't know that for whatever reason. But I told her the 25th. She know. I said they want an 18. We in St. Louis. We can't. Got to do 25th. She knew that. She said she woke me up 4 in the morning. I don't even remember. She said I ain't say nothing. I was just 4 in the morning. All right, what else? She asked me at 8 in the morning, can I take 7 to Mama Mayor's house? I said, okay, I was gonna go to the gym. I had a schedule. I was going to the gym, haircut, shower, filming. Okay. She just out the blue, can you take 7? Because I got to go get my nails done and all this. I'm like, you been knew what day we filmed.
It was never confirmed.
She said the first, so that's the first thing. I said, you know what, forget it. I skip the gym. I take 7 to my mom's house. She said, okay, well, I'll go at 9. If I get back, because I got to be at Jazz house at 10:30. If I get done, I can take her. I'm like, all right, but I might still better go to the gym, bet. She takes me at 10:15. I'm still here, but Jazz said I can come at 11:30. So I'm like, oh, that's an hour extra. I'm like, all right. So you coming back here? That's all I asked. I'm like, okay, you got another hour now. Like, what you telling me 11:30 for? Like, you come back here? Why would I come back there? If I just told you I got to go to Jazz house. And I'm like, well, if you knew I was going to take him, why you telling me she pushed it back to 11:30? Like, what is you telling me that for? I'm thinking you finna tell me, okay, at 11:30, I got time to take him now, boom, boom. No, So she get back, and I just told her, I'm like, Cinnamon. She said, I'm on my way. I said, you don't have to come. Nah, she said, make sure his bottle, all this stuff. I'm like, I thought this stuff was ready.
I had everything packed.
She said she had it packed.
Everything packed.
All I asked was, I thought all this stuff was ready. She know me, we don't do good with, I don't do good with changing him. He's just so little. It's hard to put on his clothes. She know all the bottle stuff. She organized all his stuff, so it take me longer. So I'm like, if you could just get him ready, and all I gotta do is take him, it's fine. So I'm like, you finna come home, stop at home? I'm on my way.
Gerald, be honest.
Overstimulated. Every man that runs on schedules and plans things like myself understands this, okay? You got your routine set and you try to follow through with that routine. If there's gonna be a monkey wrench within it, it is what it is. You will try to plan effectively. It also sounds like while he's the primary breadwinner, she's the primary caregiver. But her blow up, and many women's blow ups that are just like her, is because his inability to fulfill whatever component of the duties the exact way that she wanted, she takes that as an affront towards her, right? As if he's rejecting her. And then you sprinkle on top that he was out partying this last weekend, and then you got a witch's brew of bullshit. Anyway, let's continue. We're actually going to skip just a little bit where things begin to get a little bit escalated.
You got to start managing your time better. She just broke down crying.
Because he don't understand. Like, you be kick. He go out and kick it. I'm at home.
I go out and kick it?
You was just in Miami.
You was just in New Orleans.
Us.
What I mean? I ain't
I'm at home with 7.
Why you keep saying
every
I be kicking
day.
Hold on, wait.
Every day.
You said I be kicking it. Cinnamon, I told you from the jump, before 7, did you go out everywhere you wanted?
Yes.
You asked for a baby.
You wanted a baby.
For sure. But you asked for a baby.
I only asked for a baby because you kept saying his brother
Did you
had
want
a
a baby?
baby and he was like, oh, I want another baby so they can be best friends.
Did you want a baby?
I sure did.
Okay, and I told you, baby, your life is going to change because I'm on a roll. Like my life don't stop. That's my work.
Breadwinner.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to go out like you used to. Why you mad at me?
That's fine.
So why you keep saying I'm kicking it?
No.
That's my first trip since I had 7.
You still was in Miami having the time of your
that's
life. When you got back and
life.
I wanted to go get my hair and stuff done, it shouldn't been no issue.
Did I say something?
Go do it. I got it. That's it.
Did I say something?
It was the circles.
Ain't no circles.
Why wasn't everything packed? Why can't you get him ready and I take him?
Stuff. I don't know where his stuff at.
All his stuff was packed.
Why you keep saying
I had everything downstairs.
Why you say kicking out of time of my life? That was the first trip I've
You
been on in
was.
9 months.
She's
that was
framing
my
it.
birthday. My birthday in 3 days.
But you still out kicking it, having the time of your
You
life.
gonna
For
hold it
my
over?
birthday.
Exactly.
So what are you bringing that up for?
Because you're out kicking it.
Did I not just have you and your friends out kicking in New Orleans?
I'm not
He's probably
talking
paying
about
for
you.
everything.
What do you keep?
I'm not talking
You
about
said
you.
I'm out kicking it like
You
I just
are.
been, like I've been out every weekend.
Who said you been out every weekend?
What? Me
I
out
said
kicking it?
in Miami.
What that got to do with anything? What do
In
Miami got to do with anything, Senator?
because you was just in
Dog.
Miami while I was
talking
at home, so you came home Monday, and I had to get myself together today for
I'm
work.
asking you a question. What does me in Miami have to do for a pre-birthday trip? Why you keep saying out kicking it? What does that got to do with
Were
anything?
you not kicking it in Miami?
Did you just go out
Dog,
before
she's
that?
not gonna
So
answer.
did I bring up you kicking it in New
You
Orleans?
could have, but we was together.
Did I ask you to go there?
You asked me to go there.
Who asked me to go to New Orleans?
Gerald, you randomly said,
What are
I'm
you
going
talking
to,
about?
Jess,
See, this
when
the
we were
problem.
in the car,
Oh
did
my
he
God,
say,
bro.
I want to take y'all to New
I
Orleans?
said I might.
And what happened? We came here, and what did we do? We booked the Airbnb, right?
I said y'all can go though. I ain't have to go. I watched 7. Did I watch 7 on that trip, me and Mama Mel?
Yes.
Okay, so see, this is what we
My
get into
thing
it for.
is, why is this
Oh,
an
this is
issue?
good.
You was just in Miami kicking it. That's all I said. I didn't say every weekend. I said Miami. You're in
'Cause
Miami
that ain't
having
got
fun.
what that got to do? I'm confused with what that got to do with this.
My brother, what you're trying to do is to rationalize the irrational. She's unable to explain it herself. The issue that she has with you being down there, and she's also framing it in a way as if like you down there sticking your dick in bitches, and she has the evidence of that. She will continue to do that because she's trying to control you. And there's so many dudes that are watching this right now so super triggered because they understand what this form of communication is. It's designed to paint you as a bad actor, right? Like a villain in this story. Not because it's true, but she's trying to make you look emotionally abusive or careless just by implication of you going down there without actually having to prove anything. The sad thing is that, if you're only in an environment between you and her, and she doesn't have a system of accountability such as like a comment section, right? Then the issue is that, if she's saying things in a manner and you know that they don't make sense, but she's ruffling you enough where you have this emotional reaction, she knows that she's getting a rise out of you, and she knows that she is effectively controlling you through those emotions. So then it goes back to the dude to remain as stoic as you can as she is interfacing with you with her bullshit. Then it's incumbent on you as the man to remain as stoic as possible. High degree of frame as she's interfacing with you so that, her shit tests don't work and she don't get to knock you off of your center so that you can be appropriately framed in a way to check her on her bullshit to officially lay down the law. So let's fast forward to that section right now.
To doing anything.
What I'm saying is, you're having fun while I'm in the house. So when you're finally home,
That's triggered me
this
right
is my
there, bro.
time where I can go
That
get my
triggered me,
nails,
bro.
my hair and stuff done, all of that. And when I did that, it was circles.
That triggered me, bro. Cause it ain't my birthday in 4 days. I do this every year, go with my guys down there. My first time doing something like this in my son finna be 9 months. Yeah. My first time going out to have fun in 9 months. Yeah. So for you, so for her to just say to the naked eye, to the naked ear, that's like,
And she's standing
you out having fun, and I'm in here. That's why I gotta bring up. I just took you and your friends to New Orleans a week before that.
Nothing's ever good enough.
Why you gotta bring up?
They don't want peace.
You
they want war.
Make it seem like she a slave.
Yeah.
So look, no, I
don't like. What did that have to do with? She could have said, no, you just came back in town, and I need it. But you in Miami having fun.
That's the way she's framing
that
it.
sound like she don't have fun. So now I got to counter because I know the female's going to get, oh, you got to throw what you did to her in her face and do. No, when you say I'm in Miami having fun and make it seem like you slaving, I got to counter. I just took you and your friends a week before because I knew I was going to Miami. Let me have fun with you, boom, boom. And I go 4 days before my birthday, the weekend before my birthday, so I could do something with you on my birthday. She know that.
Well, yeah.
So with her to just say, act like I'm just out kicking it when that was the first time in 9 months I done did anything, that triggered me.
Hey,
That just really
listen, and to all the MTRs out there, this is why men say that oftentimes in dealing with modern women in their mindsets, it's like dealing with children. Children do not think as logically as adults do, hopefully, okay? They're a lot more emotional within their thinking. In fact, one of the major jobs of being a father is to demonstrate to a young boy how to control his emotions so he can think about what are the next steps. When they get overstimulated, right? Like, or they get high on their emotional whatever, they don't think about anything that you've done for them. They don't consider the time, energy, and effort, right, that it took to become you, to be the breadwinner, to be successful as you currently are, to be as noteworthy, to to have the status that they don't care about any of that shit. They want what they want at that current junction. And if they don't feel heard, if they don't feel appreciated, then this is what the hell that you have to deal with. And it's not even just that, it's also where she's based. Notice in the beginning he was like laughing at the idea that she has an attitude, okay? I recognize this trait, and if I see it in young ladies, I move the complete other direction. A lot of these modern women today romanticize this boss bee attitude, independent, that even if it's goddamn fake, it's fake as hell. And they're not even mean like that. But they just act like this shit because they see the city girls goddamn acting like this shit. But she's not going to ride within logic. She's not going to acknowledge that his birthday. She's not going to acknowledge that he just took her and her friends out to New Orleans. She don't care about none of that. And it's funny because often women with this type of basis will get out of these relationships and call the guys narcissists.
It triggered me bad because you have just as much fun. Yes, you can't have no more spontaneous fun like me. Yes, you're nurturing your mother. I mean, you're a mother, so you just can't up and leave. But if it's that's a different kind of animosity she got within herself.
She's harboring it.
It's not my fault that you can't up and leave and go to Jamaica like you used to do with your friends for a week at a time whenever.
Because you don't take the baby to the nail shop.
No.
So
I watch them.
So maybe what she's saying is like just what you said. That's the truth. That's the conversation. Is because she's a mother. She's nurturing. She's not a father. Fathers do have more, freedom to do things. So I think is thinking, she probably said fun, but I think she's just talking
crying.
about freedom.
Oh my God.
But this also what hurt me. She came in like, keep that same energy from Miami. Don't get here, get tired. We get back. She asked to go shopping. She has to go out to eat. She did everything.
Yeah,
She asked
she's
for
not
a
going to
necklace.
acknowledge that.
It's
not
I don't want to
logical,
say
bro.
this, but now I gotta say it though. Everything she asked me to do, I just did. She just asked for a $10,000 necklace.
Dog, and
that
this
she
is just
wanted,
not
that I just got
peace.
for her yesterday. That's not me throwing it in her face though. That's me doing everything I said I was gonna do. I ain't gonna be tired, baby. I get home, we kicking it. We going to the concert tomorrow
Dealing
with
with
Nick
these
Cannon.
Western
Everything I
modern
said I'm
women.
doing, I'm doing. So why
at
is it a
this.
problem when you gonna lash out when you're mad to make it seem like I'm just having all this off the wall fun and you slaving? You just got a diamond necklace that say cinnamon on a tennis chain that costs $10,000 charm and a $15 tennis necklace that you asked for.
Well, stop
that I
buying
gave
it
to you
for
with
her.
a smile yesterday.
So
What
stop.
are we talking about Miami, me having fun with my homies for? But when I say that, the first thing people gonna say is, oh my God, he's throwing it in her face, what he just bought. No, them the counter arguments I gotta have. That's the only reason I gotta say it. And I'm like, damn, Cinnamon, I'm not just having fun. I came back and took her home too. You asked to go shopping, you asked to go out to eat, you asked to do this, you asked to do that. We did that. We got a cruise coming on. I just did everything that you asked me to do. That's what triggered me. And that's why we get into it like that, because all from her just saying I had fun in Miami, like I just go out, like I just been kicking it for, said she just be at home. That's what triggered me. I didn't make it that, and I'm glad y'all here to say that. Y'all might, if I came here, y'all ain't see this, y'all might be like, he made it like that. No, but when she really I just felt like that ain't having fun in Miami and I'm in the house watching my son. All that have to be said.
So maybe it's both triggered because maybe when you told her she needs to get her time scheduled and she was just like, she really was like maybe a little confused. Even though she probably heard the 25th, dates was changing.
No.
So she probably like, I don't know
Shut
exactly.
up.
I agree.
Maybe she felt a little attacked when you need to get your.
But I agree, but you wouldn't know this though. She knows she been late since I met her. She knows she always run late. This ain't got nothing to do with 7. This ain't got nothing to do with me, her having 7. I'm like, oh, you got a baby now. I always say.
That was real that you asked her man. We, being a leader, telling her like time management, it's okay. But I think it is,
Dog.
New
This
mom, man. I can only imagine like your freedom changed. What I can do changes, so she just.
Even when he keeps 7, he say, "Damn, I see how you feel. I can't eat. I can't take a shower. I can't use the bathroom." Like, so just imagine, like, if you're not there, my whole life is on pause. Yeah. When you're not there. So when I say, like, whatever.
But I never knocked you. I gave you your flowers.
I didn't say you knocked me.
So why are you throwing at him? I told you your job is hard.
This is
you
so
a mama.
insane.
You a mother.
So
the hardest job ever. What you want me to do?
When
Acknowledging
I'm
you.
late, I have reasons.
But this ain't got nothing to do with 7. You've been late. We've been together 10 years.
I don't always be late. I just started being late because I used to be the one on time.
You used to be the one on time.
And not saying us, I'm just saying in general. I used to be the one on time, and everybody used to be late, so I started being late because everybody else was late.
Oh my
talking
God.
about me and
Okay.
you, though.
Okay. Again, I just hear a childlike mind speaking. The thing is that what's actually an interesting dynamic is to watch Hitman Holla speak to the young lady that's outside, right? And you're hearing the young lady sort of in defense of her actions or her behavior. And this is why I also say I'm a proponent of therapy. If it is a male therapist, okay, you need someone more logically aligned to take a look at the situations and hold both people accountable. Because what you find is that most of their arguments tend to break down underneath scrutiny, logical scrutiny, not always appealing to her woman, her soft, oh no, she's crying, feelings, emotions, and like all this other bullshit. Within the dynamics or the communications between both men and women, they allow women to have a lot more leadway within their emotions than they allow men do. But someone that can hold the logical line would just ask her questions like, so are you saying that he's not here? Or are you just mad and upset that he was doing this past weekend? Because he sounds like he's an active father. He said he was at home for the last 9 months. And just because he's outside of the household and you're with the baby and your life's on hold, well, guess what? You had a baby. That's going to happen. And also, guess what? He's the breadwinner. He's got to leave the house more often than what you do. And I'm sure you don't even have to work. I mean, a couple of days ago, he just bought you a $10,000 as a reward for the great job that you're doing, but you still over here complaining. Still over here complaining and weaponizing the time that he does get out the house. He's triggered. Shit, I'm triggered, okay? Because we see this far too often. Women unwilling through their lack of empathy to consider what the man is actually doing in the dynamic of the situation between them. Let's keep going.
Gerald, I don't act like if I'm late, I'm 5 minutes late. Come on now.
Simi, we don't get into it for you being late.
We don't get into it because I be late.
When I come back and I be like, come on, Simi. So that's
You saying come on, Sam? That's getting into it.
no. I'm talking about we never had conversations.
Yes, we have, but we don't get into it about it.
I ain't talking about getting into it, but how long have we been having this conversation about you being late?
It be times, and then like okay, so you like never mind.
This is
Never mind
incredible.
what?
No, because I don't understand, huh?
Do both of you, in some kind of way on the low, do either one of you feel underappreciated?
I've said I've been starting to feel appreciated for sure.
What about you?
I feel like he's been a very like feeling like I've been unappreciative.
But this is a prime example though.
Stop
because
buying that shit.
I go out the way to do so much to avoid this, and I somehow still come back here.
'Cause she doesn't
like, to
prioritize
this
peace,
argument.
bro.
So I make sure I dot my I's, cross my T's. Okay, I know I just had fun or what's it called. Let me make sure I do this,
And
this,
it's
and this
still
for
not
her,
good enough.
so I won't have to deal with this. Like I want to make sure I'll take her there. She want this, I want that. She want to go to the cruise, want that. I want to do this. I want to come. I do that.
Welcome to the mindset of the modern woman today, bro. That's what you got. Nothing's ever good enough. They've been raised in excess. They've only watched surplus, and they compare themselves to the Instagram baddies that don't even really live that life. They live their life on debt, okay? And some of them, a lot of them, actually are gold diggers or are involved in sex work.
Sam, do you feel like that?
What?
Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yes. Absolutely.
So now I get more triggered because it's like this little stuff she say.
I think both of you should be each other.
Yeah, but I
And
want to.
it's no communication in this relationship. None. So when these are our arguments, these heated moments, it's this. We can never talk
On a
calm
podcast.
or anything whatsoever. And I would love that, but it's like he go 10
They need
and
a
then I
male
go
therapist.
10 and then it's just that.
I only go 10 when I get triggered. I wasn't triggered until she said the Miami thing. Roll the cameras back. That's when I was just talking regular. I was smiling. I was sitting back. I was smiling. I was laughing. I was like, is it my turn? Is it my time? If we roll the cameras back, I was friendly. I was laughing when I was joking. I only got mad when she said in front of all these people, while you out in Miami having fun,
weaponizing. Yeah, I get
I'm in the house with my son. That sounds terrible.
Terrible.
You're not gonna just sit up there and yell that out
After
in
all
front
he
of people and
does
make
for
it
you.
seem like I be out kicking it. I don't go to the clubs. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. I don't even go out. She know this.
It sounds like
So
some
for you to
prison
just
shit.
yell that out right here to make it seem like I'm just out having a blast and you at home every day with my son,
And
that's disrespectful to me because that's a lie.
And what's crazy is that that's exactly the story that she tells her homegirls. I'm like, which is so crazy, bro. Damn, all the MTRs, y'all see what we talk about now? This whole podcast is a pinnacle example of what we be talking about. Shit.
But you made it that.
But it don't got to be intentional, right? Y'all don't know that.
Shit.
So you putting that on me.
No, I'm not. If y'all leave out here, if somebody would left out here, yeah, Sam said she at home with her son and he just out of Miami kicking it.
But I said Miami. I ain't say, oh, you be out every weekend, every day
But
doing
that's
this,
but
that.
that's just what it
I
gave.
said Miami.
That's what it gave out because I don't even know why that even had to be said though.
Because
This will often happen when you lock them into a logical corner. Then they'll try to nitpick words to deflect of the intentions behind the words. Please watch out for that. They will divert attention in lieu of apologizing or taking accountability.
it's just in Miami.
But what does
So you, like Jay said, whoever, Michelle said, you had time to relax, put your feet up. So if I didn't have time to go prep for the podcast. The time when I had to go prep for the podcast is when you got home.
So how you gonna do all this with a 9 to 5?
I don't know. I don't
Now
know.
you see why I got mad at other times. You see how dumb it sound though.
Oh,
Because you say all this, you having the worst. You got the worst life in the world now. Because you got a son
So she don't
that you
have
got to
a
take
job,
care of.
like I said.
That's how you making it. You
How?
slaving.
How?
You at
Dog.
home shackled up in the house
Yo,
while
you
I'm
don't
out
know
having
how
fun.
it feels to be a mom.
Huh?
You don't know how it feels to be a mom.
Okay, so I'm
God.
doing how you explained to me. You shackled
is
up
so
in the house
weak.
while
I'm
I'm having
not saying
fun.
that.
I'm just
And
saying
you
what you
know I'm
said.
not. You
So
know
while
I'm
you
not.
shackled
So
up in the
don't even
house
say
and I'm
that.
having fun,
No.
how you gonna do all this with a 9 to 5?
She can't. She'll buckle under pressure. She can't handle it.
But I don't like how he's trying to, like, nah.
I mean,
like,
roll the cameras
don't.
back.
Don't do that.
Oh, shit. Miss me with all of this bullshit.
Like, you know that you can't breathe a little, and it ain't got nothing to do with you though, right? It ain't.
She made it about me though.
She brought in Miami.
It's the way you in Miami and this
Spiteful.
and I'm at home.
Bitter.
Y'all don't, fellas, man, be real, man. Do that sound bad?
Yeah.
Did that sound bad?
The way that
Just
she
be real
frames
with
it.
me.
No, it did. But I don't think she meant that.
Okay, I can't knock how she meant it. If I just go over there and put my hands on somebody and just be like, man, I'm in a bad mood. That ain't how I meant it. I already did
You already
it.
did it.
You know it wasn't intent.
I don't know it wasn't intent because she yelling, crying. She might really feel some kind of way. Okay, she's hurt, and Miami got brought up, so she hurt that I just had a
Oh,
fun
my
trip
God.
in the last
That's
9
not
months.
it. No, it's not. It's not.
Y'all, you
It's
making
not
like that because
it.
you a girl, like y'all
No,
gonna do that.
no,
You can't.
no. What you
You
gonna
can't.
say?
How you gonna?
It's
How you
not,
gonna
it's
tell?
not.
How you gonna tell
Come
me how
on
somebody?
now.
How you gonna tell how some meant that was meant to fit her narrative?
Yeah.
She
She's
said
got a
that ain't help
point.
me. She said that to fit her narrative.
Okay. We gonna hold on.
You was all in Miami having fun.
I think that
Okay, let's see what he said.
this argument is in and of itself is not about that. They say sometimes the first argument you have, depending on who wins, it never ends. And then every time something comes up, is that plus that. Because I think the communication thing, go back and forth, you could be upset with that, but when it gets beyond and it keeps going and lingering and it starts back up, it stops and starts back up over everything that occurred, then it's like, it's a continuation.
I don't really
The
get.
real question is, do you guys ever really resolve
No,
your argument?
no. It just get brushed under the table. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just let it go?
The reason why it's hard to resolve this because I can't solve the problem or the fact that she's mad that I'm just in Miami.
I'm not mad at that.
You shouldn't have
If I
brought it
was-
up though. I don't care about you. It got brought up. I don't do good with coincidences. If you bring something up, it's for a reason.
So take away the mind,
Here's the thing. I'll pause it right here. Matter of fact, let's listen to this a little bit more.
take away the nail shot. Where we left.
Yeah, because there's stuff going on beyond this.
Like, just take away those two.
But we take that away though. You're not taking away the real problem.
It might
So
be a
that's another
symptom.
thing. Some people just want to act like that ain't happening. So we take away that, we fake it now.
And that's
She's not-
why it never gets
Yeah,
resolved.
because I'm not- because-
So-
now I know exactly how if it continues after the podcast ends Like,
I just want y'all to
that's
roll the
just how
cameras
it's
back,
gonna
though.
go.
That's all I'm saying, because y'all act like y'all don't really want to be real right now. Roll the cameras back. I was having fun. I was laughing. I was joking with her. The problem came
And when I told my story, I was laughing and joking.
No.
Okay, we was laughing and joking. When did it get real?
When you got mad when I mentioned Miami.
Dog.
When I was saying is you was having a blast in Miami.
I'm
Yeah,
glad she
but-
just said that. So I got mad after
This
she
is insidious.
mentioned Miami, or was she mad when she mentioned
So
Miami?
if I would have said you had the worst
I'm
time
asking
in
a
Miami,
question.
it would have been different.
I'm asking a question. Did I get mad after she brought up Miami, or was she mad when she brought up Miami?
So much time
Oh,
to
and
get him
she's
ready
drinking. Okay.
out the house and take him 10 minutes away. And I just felt like you've been in Miami, having the time of your life. I just been at home, me and Seven, all this type of stuff. And this
That's
wasn't
crazy.
even a break that I was getting because I had to go get ready for work. So
She was mad as
Okay. Let's pause it right there. And I'm happy that they did that flashback right there because the way that she phrases it is exactly what he's saying. She attempted to frame the trip in a way that fits some type of narrative. And the thing is that whether or not it's the narrative that she's telling herself or it's a narrative that she's telling to her mama, her family, her closest friends in the group chat, it's a narrative that's out there. And what he's doing is combating that very narrative because that narrative does make him look so terrible and doesn't show the totality of what his involvement is within her life and their child's life. My recommendation for all of this is that they need to see a male therapist, not just any therapist, a male therapist yesterday, okay? And if she does have ADHD, okay, because she utilized that overstimulated word, they need to see one that specializes in ADHD. If they don't talk about things, and this is what can happen is that as dudes, we could think that everything is good, and we inevitably kick the can down the road because we establish peace as important within our life. So we might see things that are going wrong and continue to just, it is what it is, just keep on kicking the can. Meanwhile, the issues are accumulating on her side, and it's like the iceberg problem. You really just see that little mountain on top and you think that's the problem, but the main iceberg is underneath a whole bunch of things that you didn't even realize that were issues. Number one reason for relationship failure is communication issues at the brunt of it. It's just unfair, especially if she has more of an avoidant personality. She can get emotional to the extent of framing his involvement like that and then also pulling unrelated ammo to just win in the moment or like to make him seem suboptimal within the moment. Because once you do that, you're not really solving anything. You're doing what he just called out, which is triggering him, making him upset. Meanwhile, he thought everything was good, but you were keeping score. Relationships ain't going to survive on the scoreboard, baby. And for the young ladies that are out there that are really trying to learn to know how to be a better option for a man in the future, your ability to emotionally regulate so that you can think more clearly, more accurately, more logically is something that you got to be able to work on. And then also, if you have an avoidant personality, you have to make time for conversations of things that will bother you. So it's going to be addressed before the anthill turns into a goddamn mountain the size of Mount Everest. For the G's out there, you should also try to surface this type of communication within relationship and also stay calm, okay? Because if you match their emotional energy, everybody going to lose because that escalation is always going to have a cost, whether or not it's her losing respect for you because you got into your feminine, because you allowed your emotions to go crazy, or the situation is never going to get handled because you handled it with emotions as opposed to logic. All right, guys, let me know what you think down up in the comment box down below. Let me know if you agree with the points that I've made. Let me know if you disagree. I'm sure we're going to get some ladies that's down up in there like, shut up. You don't know what it's like being a mother. MTR, you're such a male chauvinist pig. I want to see them comments as well, all right? But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And as always, see you soon. Peace.
You is ratchet as they come. Rainbow weaves and batwing lashes. Weighing more than a man. What time is your football practice? I bet you can hit that A gift like a mug. How you big back it. Said a man must buy you gifts. Where here goes a Fitbit tracker. Are you mad? Cause you got 3 kids by 4 different dads. You pick cookies, then you bash. Oh man.